Welcome to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream and it's also taped for recorded for YouTube as well. I'm still on with the colour mixing that I've been doing the last few weeks, and I'm going to have a look at these really cheapy children's, not very expensive watercolours. It's my little box, my Pan-Air box. Although it's very heavy, is that? So that's the Victorian Pan-Air box, and this is my Pan-Air box. Hi Lynn. Hi everybody. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. So this is my 21st century. I tore that off yesterday. I've got to glue that. This is glue. This is my Pan-Air book. So just bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to take, a blob of that because I've broken. I pulled it off yesterday. I was a bit rough with it. So a blob of water, and that should be better. I think I loosened another one as well. So welcome to Bunny's Designs. We're still on with colour mixing. Don't know which one it was now, so I'll pop that in there. I found this at a model railway show, the fine tip glue, so that's quite handy because I think they're quite expensive. Oh, I stuck my fingers together now. That wasn't a good idea. So I keep reverting back to this, although I've been enjoying colour mixing, and I mixed all these colours from 3. I bought some Cotman, Winsor Newton Cotman watercolours, and I bought the lemon yellow, the Elysian crimson, and the cerulean blue. And from those 3 colours I've made, I've got the yellow there, that's the original yellow, that's the original blue, and that's the original red. And so I've made all the colours in between that represent the little colour wheel that I originally made with printer ink. So I was quite pleased that I got all the colours, because I do tend to work out of here, of my little book. So that was the natural progression into there. And I decided that for the watercolours, I really did need to start using something at home, because I need to keep this from when I'm in hospital or away, because it lends itself to be better using it just for when I go outside, rather than sitting on the sofa and being lazy. But one thing I did do, because these are my colours. Good morning, Luscious Graphics. That's what you say, graphics. And everybody, welcome to Bunny's Designs. Because this is my little book, my fab little book that I love, I started to use it quite a lot. So I've decided that I shouldn't really do that. Having said that, I originally made the colour wheel while playing about with the printer inks, because the printer inks were £3.50. I bought them from Wilko's. And so those 3 colours, I've been playing about with colour, purely to get a good idea. Morning, Bunny C. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. But rather than, I played about with these colours because I couldn't remember how to make certain ones. So we've had a bit of a colour mix with those. So I did a colour mix here, a colour wheel, and I've used, I don't know if you can see that, shall I just pan in a smidge. And then use my magic little sooty. Hopefully you can read that. So on my colour wheel here, I have the original colours, the yellow, the blue, and the pinky red. Now this is magenta, so it is a very vibrant pinky red. So I kind of toned it down a little bit, and I made a pinky red rather than a real magenta. So that was my first thing. And then I obviously made the cooler blue, the warmer blue, the warmer yellow, and and the cooler red. And then I made the purples, the oranges and the greens. And then I've made what we call the tertiary colours, the in between. So they're half an orange and half a red gives you an orangey red. And half of orange and half of lemon yellow, orangey yellow, gives you a light orangey yellow. And the same with the greens. It will give you a greeny yellow, and that will give you a bluey green. And that will give you a purpley blue, and that will give you a purpley red, because they're the nearest to purples. And these were all done in the printer inks because they were cheap and cheerful. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted everything to be cheap and cheerful, playing about with colour, remembering what colours make what, and then when I come back to my professional watercolours, I'm not wasting them. I can instantly make the colour that I want, or almost instantly. So this is the colour wheel using printer inks. And then I played with the natural greys by adding the complementary colour. So the red orange I added green, and the red purple I added green. And bearing in mind, these are the greens and these are the colours of the printer inks. And they're completely different to other colours, which I'll show you as we go along. So all these colours were mixed from the original 3 colours to get some nice reddy greys and greeny greys. And you also notice as it goes through the colours. And I made a bit of a pig's ear of it because I got carried away. And I was only going to do 7, and then I decided to take it far back to the yellow orange as I could. So there's a bit of a trail on, but there's some nice sandy colours there. There's some pinky browns there, some nice warm browns and some purple browns. And that's just with the yellow orange, which is a cadmium orange, and that's with a purple. And mixing a greeny one, which is a lemon yellow, or a vibrant cold yellow, that gives you some really nice colours with the same purple. So they're both with the exactly same purple, but there's so many colours. There's 67 colours on that page. Can everybody see that? I'll try and pan out a little bit more. So that's taking the 67 colours on that one. There's 32 colours on that one. Some gorgeous greys. Without using a Payne's grey, I just added the complementary colour to the green. Complementary colour, purple to the yellows. The primary blues are the blue purples, which are the ultramarines, and the blue grey greens, which is the cerulean blue. And I got some gorgeous teal colours, and that's with an orange, and some lovely blue greys here, which would be nice for water, or this. And if you carry on, you keep going, you get some nice blue greens there. There's 52 colours on there. As I say, I got a bit carried away. And that's the purple, and this time I added the cadmium yellow. So the cad yellow was, and I decided, because on the original wheel I had a purple, I had a pinky purple and a blue purple. I decided to do it here as well. So I didn't just do one purple, I did 2. I did a pinky purple and I did a bluey purple. And the difference is these go into sandy and reddy colours, and these go into purples and browns and olive colours. Does that make sense? And there's 40 colours on there. This one was the same purples, the reddy purple, purple red, purple blue, but I used I used the lemon yellow here, and that's given completely different colours. They're more greeny colours and some lovely purple greys, and this hasn't given any greys at all. This is very warm. The secondary colour orange, again I had an orangey red and an orangey yellow. from our colour wheel here. We had the two oranges, one was nearer the red, one was near the yellow. And that gave me some other different colours. Again, it's different orange and different colours. So instantly we're going into bricks, the red brick colours, and we're going into sand and olive colours here. And there's 46 colours on there. And then I took the red orange again. That was with the ultramarine, so that's a warm blue with the oranges. This is the cold blue with the oranges. And so of course that gave me more greens and teal colours, because the cold blue is the blue that gives you the vibrant greens. So that's going to pick out the yellow in the orange colour and make more greens. And there's 45 colours on there. And then we had Alizarin crimson. And again, I took the two greens. I did the green blue and the green yellow. And I put Alizarin crimson with that. And again, to see the different colours. That one gives you olive greens. This one gives you some lovely greys. And there's 26 on there. We took the same greens and I did a cadmium red, a warmer red, a cooler red. And that gave me some lovely nice greens and some nice greys and a coolish brown here. And then it goes to a warm brown. That doesn't really go brown at all, that goes brick red, and you get the olive colours. And I can't remember what that colour's called now. That's olive. So then I decided I've got lots and lots of colours, and then just in those few pages doing the grayscale from the colour wheel, I had 460 some colours. Can't remember now, I didn't write it down, did I? I thought I'd written it down. Nope, haven't written it down. Bear with me 2 seconds. Nope, didn't write it down. But there's about 400 and some colours there. And that's just from a grayscale. So I decided I would then test out the colours that I use. So of course this is my little book. And this being my little book, this is the colours that I use. So although I have, and I thought everybody will have at least one of these things. So we've got, I keep wanting that blue to dry. So I go to the Derwent pencils. Now I have 72 Derwent pencils. And I just pop a piece of that into there to make it a bit better to see. Can everybody see that? And so I decided that because I use these, I wanted to build my colour wheel with my supplies. Now I didn't get the pencils out because these are the colours I use. I use the Derwent pencils, watercolour pencils, from my book. I don't use them in the pencil form. I use them in this form. So this was my colour wheel. I found the reddy colour that I thought was the best, and I thought that was number 19, Madder Carmine. And number 19 is there. So that's the colour I chose for my purple red, my warm red. There was a Crimson Lake, but I thought that was a little bit too pinky, so I chose that one. Probably looking at that, it could have been a brighter colour. I probably would have been better with that. So I might as well do that now. I shall rectify this by, excuse my croaky voice today. kitchen roll. I don't know what artists did without kitchen roll. What we did before. Well, I do know. My mother used to have a toilet roll on a piece of string, and when she got the idea from, is it Nana? No, I can't remember her name. No, it's gone. And it was paint with Nancy. Nanny, I can't remember her name, but in the 70s and 60s, it was Paint with Nancy, and she had an easel with a toilet roll and a piece of string. Strange information this time of day. Just bear with me 2 seconds. See if I can just. No, did that wrong. Ah, back now. That's better. So if you've got anything that you want me to look at, or you want me to answer, pop it into caps for me, and then I can just about read chat if I don't squint. So welcome to Bunny's Designs. If I've missed anyway, this is a live stream, and I'm going through my little book because I want to, bear with me, just make sure that this is in focus. I want to make sure that hopefully that's right. So I'm hoping I'm in frame. So I took my, in fact, yes, I was rectifying that because that's the wrong colour. So that means most of my colour wheel is out. What I did is I looked through the colours to pick the warmest red. That's 42 and that's the 72. So actually that carmine would have been nice, but let me just have a look at this Crimson Lake. And I took them from here because these are the colours I use. So these are the colours as they are on my paper. But oh, sorry, the dog's just puddling out. No, it's too pinky, is that? I was right. So I did have a play actually. So I chose this one, which is quite pinky. So I chose 2. Now, did I scribble the pencils? I think I got the pencils out and scribbled them, but only those 3. I made the other colours up. As you can see, I've been playing about because these are the colours that appear to me as they are on here. So that's what I wanted to do. The same, so that's my colour wheel for the Derwent pencils. This is my colour wheel for the Inktense. And I've been using 6 colours, sorry I tell fibs. I got the Lagoon colour, which is 0810 in the Inktense. Which is that one. So that's my purpley blue. And then I did look at the bright blue, and I started with the bright blue, but actually I didn't like it. So I went to Irish blue because it was that little bit cooler, and that's what gave me the bright green. So if you have a warmer, like cobalt blue to me is in between, and you can't get the vibrant colours. So I took the cadmium yellow, which is the 0210, the sun yellow, which is the 102, and they're both on that side. That's the cadmium, and then that's the lemon sunshine yellow. And the reds, I chose Carmine Picnic. I don't think it's called Carmine Picnic at all. And Scarlet Pink. and they'll be on the pink there here. So carmine pink is 10522, and the scarlet pink, which is a ready red, a cool red, is a 0320. And from those 6 colours, I made that colour wheel. Sorry, it's not on there, is it? Am I in? Just bear with me. I thought I was in focus, but I'm not. Right, is that better? So they were my Derwent Inktense pencils, and I made all the other colours up from this palette, and I did the same for the Kuretake Gansai Tambi watercolours. Again, I hadn't sure that I got the right red, so I played about until I got the vibrant purple. And that's how you know you've got the right colour. If you've got 3 or 4 reds, you know you've got the right blue and the right pink together, red together, because you get the most vibrant pink. Sorry, the most vibrant purple. And if you get the most vibrant purple, then you know that you want that blue and that red there. The same with the green. You get the most greenish green. I apologise, there's going to be some barking, a dog alert, because my daughter's just arriving home. So you know you've got the right yellow and the right blue together because you've got the vibrant green. The same with the orange. If you've got the right brightest orange, you know you've got the coolest orange and you've got the warmest yellow. So that's how you know that it works. Sometimes when you think that's a bit dull, you realise one of these 2 colours are wrong. So then I went to my Peerless, and I decided that I would use the Peerless colours in here. And again, I looked, I tell a fib, I didn't for those. I got a drop. And I wasn't very happy with that purple, I have to say. And that's why I thought I got the wrong red. But it wasn't too bad. So that's the Acrylone Magenta, which probably is the nearest to this. So that needs to be toned down a bit, because that's probably the pinky red that goes between the purple. So you need to tone this one down to get a nice purple, but we did that last week. So does that make sense, everybody? So I did exactly the same for the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2s. I found my 2 reds, my 2 yellows, and the one thing I didn't do is I didn't label mine, so I don't know what colours they are, but I did have a decent idea. Now I could have taken that orange and put it there, but I didn't. I made it. So I have a very lemony lemon yellow and a very warm orangey yellow for there. And then the blues, well, that's a purpley blue and that's a cool blue, so they were easy. And then that was one of the reds. That was the warm, the cool red. And then that was a pinky red that I used there as well. And then again, I made the colour wheel. The Dr. Martens, I used, you see, if I meant about that pinky red, it was a bit too pinky. So, but it still gave me the purples. So I didn't get it. They're a decent set of colours. But if you notice, every colour wheel is different. Now the best one, the most vibrant one, I thought, and the truest to what we would think of as colours, I think is the Winsor Newton gouache. they gave me the best colours, the best greens, the best oranges, and the best purples. And the other thing is they're very flat, so they would be quite good. Sorry, my little dog's got a ball he likes to chomp. It's a tennis ball. He doesn't play with it; he just chews them. So they gave me the best colours. So I was thinking about going back to using the gouache, and these are the colours. I watered these and constituted them back into colour. And that's what I made. So obviously that's the warm, that's the cool, and that's another good sign that it's a good set of gouache. They're in a little bag somewhere. Try to keep them all separate now because I lose them. So these are a cheapy gouache, and then don't know why he's growling at his ball, but he is. Sorry, shut up, barking, please. Thank you. Can't find my gouache. I don't know why. This is just a cheapy gouache that I bought. I think it's the Winsor & Newton. I'm pretty sure it is. Not sure where I've popped those. They're in another bag. But that just shows that you've got the 2 blues, the 2 reds, and the 2 yellows. As I say, people often put in. What on earth has he got now? People obviously put in the yellow ochre, and so I thought they were the best colours. I think they're the best colours. And then I did the Winsor & Newton watercolour pans. And the pans were these here, but actually I used them out of my book. So I used the yellow, upside down. I used the cadmium yellow, the lemon yellow, Elysian crimson, ultramarine, cadmium red, and cerulean blue. And they stood up quite well. And then from those colours, I made all my other colours in the wheel. And I thought that would be quite good because that would show the different colours and the different materials, mediums that I'm using. So he's right under me with a tennis ball. I do apologise about the noise. And then I thought, because I did this colour mixing yesterday, or the day before, using the Cotman watercolours, the 3 colours here, I managed to get all the colours. And so I thought I would put those in here, and they're actually quite vibrant. So the green is quite vibrant. I think I messed up the blue a little bit. I put too much purple in. So it's a very dull blue. Sorry, she dropped it on my toe. Very dull blue. But the other colours were quite okay. So I put them in. So it depends how you mix your colours. I think I'll go back to 6 colours because it's so much easier than trying to get this blue and the red. And the yellow is not so bad, it's quite easy. But when you try to get this ultramarine blue, it's so difficult to take it into a purple. So but there again, they were £4. So if you got 6 colours, I would just always go back to 6 colours because it's a lot easier. So that was my colour section here. So I decided what I was going to do is use this colour palette here and do another complementary colour grayscale. Because I think you can see the colours changing as you go along. And the colour wheels got rather messy. So I decided that I would do them again in the colour order. So I shall do that. And then Oopsie. I found the Harry Potter. Oh, shut up, Alfie. Sorry about that. I found the colour. Just see if I'm in frame. I'm sorry. Hopefully, I'm in frame. I found the Harry Potter colouring book. Do be quiet, little man. I have to do something about him. Sorry about that. I found the Harry Potter colouring book, and as I said, I just thought it would be a different challenge, because normally you make up your own colours, but with this one, oops, with this one, I'm going to have to take my little dog into another room soon. I don't know what he's doing. Because we all know Harry Potter and we love it, we can't really change the colours. And what they do at the back, they give you colour photographs. But these colour photographs are a little bit different. So I've been playing about with colour, because obviously these colours are not bright greens and bright creams and bright yellows. They're all different. This probably would be quite good. And the one I'm going to do today afterwards, but we'll do that in part 2 if we get done, is I photocopied them. Has anybody got the Harry Potter book? There's 20 pages in it. I started with this one, playing about with colour, and the purples and the greys. And I was trying to match the colours exactly, but then got a bit fed up with that. And that's my pretend patch of colour. It's on the back of this one, isn't it? Oh, it's on the back of this one. So when I was doing that one, I was putting the colour next to the page to see if I got the perfect colour. So that's probably what I'll do in the next part 2. So I'll crack on with this colour mixing, because I think the colours will completely change. But first thing I have to do is get rid of the little monster. Definitely have to get rid of the little monster, so just bear with me 2 seconds. Just squish out of my chair. I'm really lame today as well. It will take me a moment to get out, so I'll be back in a second. Oh, that's what he's barking at. Come on, what's your ball? That's what you're barking at. Go take it in there. You're not being in here now. Come on. Take it in there. Pick it up. Amy, keep him in here. He's got a new game. Sitting under the desk bathroom while it's cold. Please turn it down, because I can hear that. Thank you, darling. Oh, keep them all in there, will you? So, Amy, please, can you get them all in there? But you'll have to turn the television down, then, please. Sorry about that. Right. Lots of creaking and groaning going on. I'm very lame today. Oh, and they've just opened the doors again. Little rat bags. So, sorry about that. Little rat bags. It's a complete waste of time, because they've just opened all the doors again. Right, so we're going to have a look at that a bit later. So I'll put a couple of pages under there to make it nice and bright. And because I've got all these colours, can everybody see that? Does that look okay? Just need to do this because I don't know where the baby wipes are. So I'm really sorry, but the patter of tiny feet is going to arrive again. And my 18-year-old is, it's my life and I want to watch TV. Bless her. So, more kitchen roll. I should have done this before we started, but there's quite a lot of colour on there. Just have to make sure we don't get that green there. So what we could do, what did you say then? Just let me move that across a bit. Yes, they're on printer paper. Yeah, these photocopies are on printer paper. I work a lot on printer. It's just cheap Tesco's printer paper. And I watercolour on them. And I use the markers. I can't think what they call them now. I use everything on markers. If you just bear with me, I'm just going to see if I can pull back an avalanche. The chameleon pens. I use those on markers as well, on photo paper. The only thing you've got to do is make sure you've got a couple of layers of things underneath, because if you don't, it'll go through on whatever underneath. The same with the markers. So is everybody happy with that? We're in focus. If I put that kind of there. So I've got the same colours as I made on the colour wheel. And I don't know if you can make out what I've got, but there's the yellow green, which is the cool yellow, which is the lemon yellow. And then we made an orange. And then I've got a yellow orange, which is a cadmium orange. Sorry, a cadmium yellow, which is a warm yellow. And then from those we've got an orange yellow, which is the tertiary colour of the yellow and an orange. So then we have an orange, then we've got an orange red, and then which is an orangey red, and then we have a red orange, which is normally a cadmium red, but I made it up. This is a red purple next, which is Elysian crimson, which is the original. And then we have a purple, and then we have a purple red, and then we have a purple blue. So we have a pinky purple, a reddy purple, and we have a bluey purple, a cooler purple. And then we have cerulean blue, which is the cold blue, and then I've made a blue which is not brilliant, which is ultramarine blue, but it's not easy to make, I have to say. Then we have the green, and then we have a greeny blue, and we have a yellowy blue. And then that would be the circle back to the yellow again here. Did everybody see that? So that would be a colour wheel, and that one would join onto that one, if that was a wheel, and you've got all the way around. So let me just put that into there. More kitchen roll. And we want, oh sorry, he's playing by himself. Just let me see I'm in frame? Can everybody see what I'm doing? So if I just press that there. Right, what I'm trying to do is try to make that bigger. Oh, don't start barking. Oh dear, silly dog. Sorry about this. If he doesn't carry on, I'm going to have to finish because he's such a rat bag. Yes, I'm trying to move chat onto there. Just bear with me 2 minutes. I'm just trying to do this. And then no, it's not letting me do this. Is that a little bit better? I thought I got this off to a T. Every time I think I've got it, I do something silly and lose it. Sorry about this. Is that a little better? So you can see everything on there now. If I try and keep up with chat, I can't always see everything. Does that look a little bit better? So I do need to make this blue again. And the other thing I should have done is just put a little drop of right. So is everybody okay with that? Can everybody see? Oh, Terrapin. So we've got a clean palette and we've got all the colours. I put that like that. Some brushes are a little bit better than others, I think. So, is everybody okay with that? So we want the yellow. Let's have a yellow. So we've got a yellow. So that's your normal cool yellow. And I now need can everybody see that? Is that blurred or is that okay? Just see if I can make that a little bit better. Does that look a little bit better? So we've got the yellow, and now we want the complementary colour, which is purple. So I'm going to use the ordinary middle purple for that. I'm not going to mess about. So what did I say? If that was the red, or that's the purple. So I've got some purple here. And this is the yellow. So if anybody's got any questions, pop them in caps, and then I can see them hopefully. So if we've got the yellow, I'll just have a smidgen more yellow. You do need a good amount of this, which is why originally I played with let's do it sideways a little bit. So there doesn't seem to be very much change there. But there is there. And the trick is, if you can, is to take it right back to purple. And although you think there's too many colours here, you get some lovely shades, some lovely different colours, different hues. I'm reading an old book at the moment, and I've read it twice, and unfortunately, you've got to read some of these old books. You have to read 3 or 4 times because they're in old English language, and it's a difficult one to sort. So, but even though these are slowly getting darker and darker, there will probably be a yellow ochre in there somewhere. So that I think we're probably getting. We've got that's probably a warmer yellow. With the first bit would be cadmium, a cadmium yellow, and then this is getting into yellow ochre. So this old book I'm looking at the moment is quite fascinating. So you probably have to have a tiny drop of water into there. I didn't really want to, but we need. Oh my goodness, I do apologise. Don't know what we're going to do with a little bag. So we're slowly getting darker and darker and darker. So this is a good idea to do this, because it gives you hundreds. What did you say, Bunny? See, just give me 2 seconds. Are these swatches for reference? Well, yes, they are. Because I've forgotten how to make lots of colours. But what I want to show you is you will see other colours that you've got in your colour stash. So I've got the 72 Derwent Inktense pencils, which has probably got about 10 greens in it. All these greens will appear on these colour swatches. So it means you only need the 6 colours. I'm doing it with 3, but I would suggest, because ultramarine is a bit of a toad to get perfect, if you want every colour under the rainbow, you need 6 colours only. And that's why I'm doing this, so you don't have to buy 100 of everything. The name of the old book is... let me think. What's it? Bear with me 2 seconds. It's Chromatography by George Field. You see that? Maybe not. And he has some very strange ways, but government warning, this isn't perfect. This was written in 1870, I don't know, even before that. His ideas were for a long, long time, hundreds of years ago. So we've come on a long way since then, and he comes out with some strange things. So that's why I didn't really want to say what it was, because I'm going to have to pick out the interesting bits and update the other bits, because they are quite strange, shall we say. I was mixing in that one, wasn't I? They're different. Hi Anita, welcome to Bunny's Designs. We're colour mixing today, and I decided to make a colour grid. We're doing the grayscales, but by doing the complementary colours, you will see lots of other colours appearing. At the moment, we're just using the bright yellow, lemon yellow, and adding just a purple, and it's a purple that I've mixed. So again, it's not a perfect purple. I think the gouache probably would give you the better, because it's a very flat colour, and this one we're adding quite a lot of water to it. So that's one page, and we're still a dirty yellow colour, almost an orangey, do we think? So if we keep going, we can put, I decided I was going to do 2 pages. I'm not really going to bother the fact that it's a little bit wet, because this is just a practice. This is just all these colours in this little book now. I'll show you them again. If I suddenly decide I want to make a teal colour, or I want to make a yellow ochre, and I don't have any, I don't have to panic and go out and buy some. It's for a limited palette, and it's to show you how many colours you can get out of 6 colours. So this is now getting to an almost a purple. We could say there is a bit of purple in there now. Now my purple isn't a brilliant purple. I made it myself, because my blue wasn't ultramarine. It wasn't a lovely, warm, proper ultramarine blue. I messed up a bit on that. In fact, that's what I was going to do, wasn't it? Make a different one, I think. So I'm getting some quite dirty, dull colours, because my purple isn't a brilliant purple. So I might do that one again, actually, because I'm not happy with that one. And that's my original purple. So it is a bit of a dull, reddy purple, that one, isn't it? So not particularly happy with that one, I have to say. So out with a baby one. So because I'd messed up this blue here, you see, this is supposed to be ultramarine blue, and I've made it from cerulean blue. And I still think that's quite dark. Oh, not dark, it's cold. You can see that's cold. Blue is cold. So what I'm going to do with it is put, this is the original Alizarin Crimson. and that's warmed it up. That's probably cobalt blue. That's warmed it up a smidgen, but what we want is a smidgen more. So, and that's probably phthalo blue. Now this was the original. And it's more phthalo blue. It's not warm enough. Nope, I'm still not getting it. It's a rather difficult one to get to. It really is difficult. And this is my proper red that I want there. So that's what I should be adding. But it doesn't take much to pass over that to and that's getting slightly warmer. It's very slightly warmer, that one. But as I say, it doesn't take very much to get it. That's probably phthalo blue, actually. It's just not as warm as I wanted it. I'm just going to do a tiny amount more. That's a little bit purpley pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try that with some red purple, which is the crimson red. You see, I'm still not happy with that, really. That's a pinky red. And put some more blue in it. I would still say that's quite a dull purple. It's not a bright purple, isn't it? But it's slightly brighter than that one, I think. It's a very difficult one to get, is French ultramarine. It really is difficult to get. Let me have another go in here. Let's see if I'm still sharp there. And I'll put some cerulean blue in that one. It really is a shocking colour. The yellow is quite easy to get and thingy, but the French ultramarine is not an easy colour to make. Let's have a look at that one, see what that one does. I still think that's a phthalo blue. I don't think that's very warm, but we'll test it. So we'll test that again. So you can always tell if you've got the right blue when you're mixing purple, because you'll get a beautiful vibrant purple. That's slightly better. It's slightly better. It's slightly better than that other one. So when I do the next one, I shall use that blue, which will give me a completely different purple. So if I go back to what I wanted, a blue next. Why did I do a blue purple? Bear with me. So I've got an orange yellow. Right, so what we want now is I've got that purple. I prefer that purple. It's a bluey purple, is that one? We don't want a bluey purple. Yeah, we want a purple. So I've got that purple, so we'll leave that purple there. So purple is, I'm going to use the other yellow now. It is a difficult one to make, is ultramarine, I have to say. You need to make the purple first, and then you put the purple back into the cerulean blue to make. That's how I did it last time, and since I've not done as I've preached, I've never been able to make it since. Is that okay? So the next one we want now is, I always have a scribbly bit of paper so you can test your colours, and just in case, before you've actually put them on your paper. So, more kitchen roll. It's not a particularly nice kitchen roll, this one. We have one for the pets and one for us. And I have a nice squishy one. Hey ho. Right, so now we want the warm yellow, which I've made, so I can't really call it cadmium yellow, but I've made it so. And I'm going to make, I've got that purple now, so that's my yellow. So that's my orange. Shouldn't be my orange yellow, that should be my yellow orange. I think I've messed up at the top. Yes, I have. Yes, that's my yellow orange, so that's what I'm doing. And we decided on that purple, didn't we? This brush is a little bit big for this. So I'm just trying to put one stroke of purple in. And this is the grayscale. This is where you get the greys, but you just get all sorts of other fab colours as well. But it's a good idea to test your different paints. So if you're going to test this in watercolour and then test it with your acrylics, and different watercolours give you different effects, different shades, because they're all just slightly out. I don't think anyone's exactly the same. They're near, but they're not going to be exact. So Derwent things, colours will be different to other colours. So that's giving some quite nice grayscale. Oh, bye, little P. Are we saying little P, or are we talking? Oh, sorry. I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. What I'm doing. Bye, Bunny. Sorry, darling. I was trying to read who was going, and then my nickname's Bunny, you see, so it's very confusing. So I do apologise. Right, so we've got some. That's what you should have. It's the grayscale of yellow, and that's what we're getting. We're getting greys, what I call dirty colours, the grayscale. So we're getting some. They're not greens. This is definitely not a green. Well, it would be given a green colour, and that's the other thing you can do, is to go through your near colour twos and all your other things and look and decide which colour's which, because if you've already got it, you don't need to make it, obviously. And if you haven't got it, you can learn how to make it. So that's given some really, you see, I would call that a yellow grey. Maybe the colour's not come out as much. So I could do with some more purple now. And I want to keep it the same purple, otherwise it's not going to be a true mix. And I think I mixed, I don't know, was it that? I don't know which I did now. I think it was actually, I think it was this purple. That's the purple. Nope, it wasn't that one. How strange. Oh well. I'll make another purple. I think that's the purple that we liked. So we'll carry on. So that's the last one, the yellow orange one. So I hope everybody's following what I'm doing. All these little squares drive you insane after a while. Is everybody all right with that? So I would say now that's slowly going to a dull purple now. You can just start to see the purple in there. And that's what should happen. That's what should happen. That should turn eventually. And you can see that in reverse order. Because I'm doing it both ways, you can see I will have a yellow orange with a purple. And so you can see it changing from one side to the other. Now these are really what I would call ugly colours. They're not pretty colours, I have to say. I'm going to have to make some more of that because I want to take it right to purple. So it's a good idea to mix a lot of your colour that you want, because it does take quite a lot of colour again, which is why I wanted to use the yes, it's about the same. Take quite a lot of that off there because which is why I use the ink, the printer inks, because I didn't want to waste the watercolour really. But then at some stage you do need a grayscale like this of your colours in your stash, so you can not bother buying one because you can make it, and the other reason is you can see if it's what you want. This isn't just for making colours, this is for and this is what I'm going to do in part 2 or maybe part 3 when we do the colour wheel, when we do the Harry Potter colours, the colouring book. That's almost back to the original purple, because it was a nasty purple. That's almost together, but that's given some quite nice shades. As I say, I do call these the dirty colours. It's a grayscale, that's what it's called. But for shading, and for using some interest, giving some interest to your paintings, instead of them being flat. It gives more of a contrast, and it also teaches you about where the colours have come from. Oh, that's delightful, Mrs., isn't it? So if I go back to this one, so now we want an orange yellow, which is this one. So I can, now I have that purple, don't I? So I have that purple. See, it's quite a nasty purple. That's quite an ugly purple, as I call it. We can do that next, since we've got the purple there. So we'll just sort this purple out, because it's definitely a bit of a strange purple to my mind. And we'll half the purple, and then we'll get a truer scale then. So I've kind of got enough over there for that one and enough over here for this one. So I'm going to get rid of that. Is everybody with me? Or have I put everybody to sleep? So what I'm doing is adding the complementary colour to the colours that I've made on here. So I've got the tertiary colours, I've got the colours in between as well. And that gives you some more interesting ones, as you'll see. So I'm just going to make this purple down here, because as you can see, it's a brighter purple. So the first one, we want a yellow. So we want yellow. I'm going to do yellow green first, because I've made yellow green. So this one's yellow green. This is the cold yellow. This is lemon yellow. This is the original one out of the tube, is this one. So first bit into there. So we want yellow green. So this is the cold yellow. And it's instantly turning this purple into a dull purple now. So not sure what you'd use it for, but if you had a purple, if you're doing somebody purple drapes or a purple jacket, these would look quite nice as shadows and shades. Because it's turning this purple into a dark purple. Oh, hi Vicky S. Welcome. That was just lucky, just as I looked at the screen. Welcome to Bunny's Designs. I'm colour mixing again. So welcome everybody if I've missed you to Bunny's Designs. This is a live stream for Ustream and also hopefully recording for YouTube. So I'm taking this purple now and I'm adding bright yellow to this purple. So we've got a fairly warmish purple, and we're adding quite a vibrant yellow. And I was hoping to take it back to its original colour if I could. So I just have to have a drop more yellow out. Oh dear. Yes, I've forgotten it's feeding time at the zoo. So it's just about turning yellow now. You get this yellow hue to it. So is it purple or is it now yellow? So I'm going to turn that over. Sorry, I have a very loud putty cat. Sorry, Vicky, what do you say, darling? Did I get a new camera? Oh, thank you. Yes, I did. Yes, I indulged in a new camera. The phone was no good because it wasn't a bad camera for a phone, but what it was doing, it was, if anybody rang me or anything, it kept knocking me off. So that's the green. So it's the blue green that I want, that one. So what we're doing is adding a pale yellow, a cool yellow to purple. And it's turning very slowly. You see, I would call that a purpley green. It's a strange thing, complementary colours, what they do. There's bulrushes and certain plants that would quite be happy having this colour. Stems of certain flowers. So that's about halfway again. I'm not trying to put too much because it definitely has a yellow tint to it. Now I'm going to swap with that brush because I quite like that little brush anyway. It's better for squares. I've probably taken it to the extreme, but I really wanted to show. I really did want to show a really good scale. So we're adding yellow to this now. And we're now getting back to the dirty yellows again that we had on the other side. So we have kind of a reversal. That was probably too far. Have that one in between. So what you should find is nearer the purple yellows and the yellow purples, at some point there is a crossover that you can see quite easily. But this is why I like to do this with printer inks, because it's cheaper. And I'm a bit of a tight Yorkshire lass. So I think we jumped a step back there then. So even these yellows are looking quite dull because they've got that hint of purple in, hint of yellow in them. And then I will just put the bright yellow at the bottom. So again, that's kind of some quite nice colours here. So that was the first one. So I'm now going to do purple, and I'm going to use a warm yellow. So I can take all that away, and I've got half the purple left. So now we want a warm yellow now. This will be your cadmium yellow. So we'll go back to the beginning. This is quite time consuming, but once you've done it, and pick your favourite medium, watercolour or whatever. So that was the purple, so I'm just going to put and the reason of doing this is it will show you different things happening. Even though there's the same purple, it's a different yellow. And different things will happen. And that's another reason. Sometimes things get frustrating because you know something's supposed to be right. But if you have a slightly different shade of a colour, it makes all the difference. And that was very obvious when we used the printer inks, because of course they are so vibrant that, you know, a millimetre of a drop would make a huge difference to the colour. So again, now we're seeing different things happening now. So although this is purple and yellow, it's purple and a different yellow. These are kind of a little bit greeny coloured. Now that is a little bit wet, so it might stick. Never mind. If I just put that under there, it should be okay maybe. So let me have a look. Kind of messed that one up a bit there. I'm going to sink. I do apologise, I've got a pussycat underneath my feet who wants to play. But it seems to be slightly warmer, this one. I've not done that quite as well as I should have done. But the initial purples are slightly different. See, it's completely different to the other wheel that we did. See, that's the difference of these colours. So I'm not happy with that. I'm not happy with that, so I'm not going to do that anymore. Because I'm not happy with that. I'm going back to my other way of doing it because it didn't work. So I'm going to stop that video and I'll start another one because I'm not happy with that. On this one you can see the big differences. So I'm going to stop. I'll stop the video and I'll start that again if that's okay.